Okay, that should be a microphone working this time.
Sharp
Amazing.
blades, sharp mind.
I checked this time. All right. So, if you'll remember where we left off, we had just completed Honor of the Waves, and I had just realized that Honor of the Waves is not the correct order to have done these dungeons in, but that's all right. It's not super important to do these in necessarily the perfectly correct order. But that means that now what we're doing is completing Frostgorge Sound. And if we can finish off this map, what we'll do next is head on over to the Flame Legion homelands, and we'll do the dungeon we should have done over in Ascalon. Oh, I love Skimmer. The minute Skimmer got to learn to swim underwater was the best minute in my life. Ignore the fact that this is a hummingbird. It's fine. It's fine and normal. Normal and fine. This is a perfectly legitimate place for a bird to be. Oh, is that still down yet? Oh, it's way under here. That's part of, it's part of the claw of Jormeg, it looks like. Awkward. Well, that's what he gets! Not Jormeg, of course. Jormeg is, Envy. But, we don't know about the claw. And as you know, angry, angry spiky boys are, in fact, angry, angry spiky boys. Alright. Get out of here. Go away, poison urchin. You too. Oh, right. That's shoot you backwards now every time. So, I've been playing a thief lately because I, am working on some stuff in Cantha. And, here I am. Playing not that thing. There we go. Okay. So there are going to be moments where I press a button and expect the button to do one thing and then it does a different thing and I go, what? That's not... And then realize I'm playing a different class. This happens to me all the time when I play Necromancer. What'll happen is, I'll, whoop, up a little bit. I'll get so used to playing Necromancer that I'll just forget how to play literally all other classes. Where was I going? Oh yes, I was going that way. Let's ride a jackal for a little while. Jackals are good boys. And they're better at going up hills than most things. They're not as fast as the raptor quite, but they have 3 dodges instead of 2. Alright, Kodan, please excuse me, I have places to be. I don't care. Actually, I'll care if there's a heart there. Hello, friend! Tell me about it!
A great storm gathers in the north as Jormeg and Icewind sweep across the land. The pact has drawn a line in the snow, but I fear even they cannot hold back the...
I actually really like that heart over there.
For Grey Sojourn and our brethren at the path of starry skies.
That path over there that you can see just on the right-hand side actually leads into the Flame Legion area that we're going to later. I just felt like riding the dog for a while. The dog has mesmer butterflies. Well, this one does. This is a skin. So don't let that fool you. What am I taking damage out of? Jormeg's not even up right now. Okay, I say Jormeg every time. That is not Jormeg. That is Claw of Jormeg. It is a lieutenant of Jormeg. In the same way that Glint is not... And this may surprise some of you. Glint is not, in fact... No. Yeah, no, this is the place I wanted to be. Oh, right. Glint is not, in fact, Kralkatoric. I'm just as shocked as everyone else. Wait. Let's deal with this. There we go. Excuse me? Ice Brood? Ice Brood, no. I was legitimately waiting to see if I'd go into Mirage Cloak, and then when I didn't, I got confused. I don't know what to tell you. I got confused. I also completely forgot that I'm playing a Condi class. Right, these are ranged. Oh, I've got show tunes stuck in my head right now, so all of you are going to have to put up with that occasionally. And I don't promise that they'll be good show tunes, because they won't. So, good luck with that! Oh, excuse me? Get out of here, Ice Brood. You don't belong here. Hello, sir. Get out. This is the rare case where we know that if we're dealing with a Norn, an Ice Brood Norn, that we've got a man there. Because they hate girls so much. They hate women a lot. All because this one time back in Guild Wars 1, they were like, "Ooh, I'm gonna hand myself over to Dragon. That seems like a good idea." Anyway, it was a terrible idea. And then Svanir's sister Jorah was like, "That's a stupid idea, you're stupid." And then she killed him. You help her do it. And, that's gonna be one of my favorite storylines. It's not super exciting, but I liked it. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad in, Guild Wars 2 there's, Blaine the Insane among other people, so you can be like, sounds like a girl kicked your butt. Alright, where am I off to next? Anyway, their club is the ultimate no girls allowed, so there are no girls allowed. We're not going to Bitterfrost right now. The door to it's way over here anyways. Let's go back and deal with some of the stuff that I ran screaming past, because I did. Because I was in a hurry to get up here to get to the dungeon! Dungeon, 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 dungeon. Alright. Where are we at? Scout! Normally I don't use the scouts, because I just run around the map like a fool at all times. But I'm using the scouts today, because I'm feeling it. I don't know Frostgorge very well. I don't have it complete on very many characters.
Imps have started to overrun the Rime-Moraine caves. We're trying to determine
So
the
here we
cause,
are.
but keeping the imps under control while we conduct our experiments has
I'm also occasionally mentioned on chicken.
any assistance you could give would be appreciated.
You'd think an octopus couldn't eat chicken, but meat's meat. And when's the last time you saw a chicken know how to swim? The answer is probably never. So here we are. Where are these? Where's the cave entrance? Oh yes, we were riding the dog for funsies. Doliak! Oh right, it's like over here somewheres. Is it up or down? Nope, it's down. Here we are. I know what we're up to. We're gonna turn on the things. I think it's... Repair equipment to monitor imps, and imps cleared from the cave to transport supplies. You got it. We're gonna steal all these summoning stones. They're ours now. Never mind imps! We don't have time for that!
Can't wait to see it all.
We're here for rocks. Cool rocks. We're here to be invincible and grab cool rocks. Now you may be thinking, isn't this a little bit silly? You're going in here, running around, summoning all these imps, and you're gonna have to turn around and fight your way back through all these imps. And that's true and correct. kind of just hoping that my healing signet recharges before I have to worry about it.
Sharper still.
There we go. Oh dear. Okay. This is probably enough. Let's get a few more. Why not? Ah! Okay, we've made it to the other side. And in fact, we're gonna talk to this scout, because maybe we'll get out of combat if we do. Never mind. We're just gonna scoot around the corner. Okay, it de-aggroed. Scout!
The sons of Svanir have become a real
Tell me your
problem.
scout things.
They try to claim territory around their fortress. It takes more and more effort for us to contain their expansion. They attack our patrols, and even our flag stands take some abuse. Could use a little extra help.
You got it. Oh, Mr. Scoutman, bring me a dream. No, Skelks. We don't like that. Whee! If you can get up high while you're in combat, you can get into the air and glide, and gliding leaning forward is faster than running. Even if it's only for a few split seconds, it's a lot easier sometimes. Okay, we've got to just get these summoning stones back. We've got to get these pictures of Spider-Man on the desk right now. Right now, immediately. Oh, we're not even in combat. There we go, now we're invincible for a few seconds. Not long! Well, dang.
I will need more endurance.
Bloop! Nope. Nope, we're leaving. See what I mean? This is faster.
I can't go on for long.
Oh dear. Oh no. Hello, friend.
Salutations.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Help me over here.
NPCs, please.
I can't go on for long.
That wasn't enough? Well, if you'll just excuse me. I got a score to settle with an ice imp. Me and my laser beams. There we go. That still wasn't it. Alright, Shadow Imp, come here. I can hit them from here. Okay, I can leave. Problem is, I should be leaving through this cave. Let's wait patiently, get on our dog, and off we go. Dog! Now you may be thinking, if you know my YouTube channel, that doesn't look like a very wobbly boy at all. Because he isn't. He's not very wobbly, not very wobbly at all. But that's okay, he's cute. We like him anyway. Even if he doesn't wobble. And if you don't see the YouTube channel from time to time, that's not going to make any sense. But you know what? You should go see Wobble Dogs!
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Wobble Dogs are cute. And I love them. I love every one of them. Even the ones I allow to die. Don't mind the Discord pings you'll hear occasionally. That just happens. It's my Discord. Don't waste your time looking for your own. There we go. Hey, a packed flag stand. I'm gonna fix that right up. I'm an engineer.
I must answer.
I don't actually care what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It's about how the Svanir aren't fixable. And they aren't. Once you fall to dragon, you fall into dragon. That's kind of it. Now, that said, there are plenty of RP groups and, like, people with cool backstories and stuff that are like, but the Svanjarness is under control, and you know what? That's fine, and I appreciate that. Look at me limping along. Limp, limp, limp. Oh, wait, does this count? Is this part of the heart? Can we go straight into this Svanjar base? Yeah, that's right. Mind daggers. Got him. We'll find that out in a short second. I want to get this first. Hate that. That's right. No dragons. Dragon is dumb. You're all dumb too. You know what this dragon's gonna be beat up by? 'Cause I do. I know exactly what this dragon's gonna be beat up by. Me! I'll get him. Just you wait. Well, I don't have to stand in melee with you. I want you in melee range. I want you close enough to stab. Go on, roll a grapple check if you want to make a grab. Okay, where are we going now? If I try to leave you opportunity to take a stab at me in melee range. Hey! Hey! That's no good. Don't like that. Wait, did I get... There's something up there, isn't there? Probably a Vista, or why are there merchants here? Hang on. Oh, rescued brewer, I see. Actually, you got some alcohol on you? Fun! I think I've had all these alcohols, though. Wait a minute, hold on. Fixed it! Oh, okay, okay. Also, I have a shared inventory slot now. A new one. What I'm putting in there is probably an Elonian music box. There's, so there are these music boxes that you can get out of Elona, and I have all of them. I'm very proud of myself. Oh, there was nothing up here. What? But I guess it's just the merchants. Okay, out the window. To my doom! Wait, that heart's not finished? I thought that heart was definitely done. Just kidding, I wasn't doomed at all. You! Let me just let the map know she's here. Okay, so the thing about Devious Tisa, I hate her. Her map path is just the map. That's it. It's just the map. It's so big. It's so chunky. It feels like unfair treatment of me. And yeah, there's you can use things like Taco to tell you the path. But I don't use Taco. So it's kind of a problem. Oh, there's a different heart over here. I hadn't triggered it. Also, that scenic vantage point is for the journey to the Bifrost, which is the staff that you will occasionally see me pull out when I need it. The Bifrost is a legendary staff that gives you a slight rainbow aura and a really cool rainbow footstep effect. I like it a lot. Gen 1 legendaries, I think, can be separated into two categories. The ones that are classy and phenomenally beautiful, and the jokes. The japes, the shenanigans, the tomfooleries, if you will. Things like quip, the moot, as much as I'm loath to admit it because I use it all the time, the dreamer. I mean, it does shoot a rainbow unicorn, and that rainbow unicorn has a cutie mark, and the bow neighs. Quip and the Dreamer are the reason, like, the #1 reason why we have the option to toggle other players' sound effects on and off for ourselves. Because my goodness gracious, hearing that neigh go off, and you're like, oh, for the umpteenth time. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it should go off as often as possible. It's proof of my legend. However, I recognize and understand that some people don't like that. It's an annoying sound for them. And that's okay. Hi, Axelzak! Hi, Carrie! Welcome to the stream! We're running around map completing, and I'm talking about legendary weapons. Because of course I am. Love me some legendaries. Alright, we're in a dangerous place and I should... Oh, for crying out loud. Go away, Ice Brood Wolf. We're beating up the, we're beating up some bad dudes. They are the ultimate no girls allowed club. They allow no girls. Only dragon. Dragon's not a girl, though. Dragon is non-gendered. The ice dragon, that is. Okay, I am going... Do I want to go west or north? Yeah, I think I'll finish up this little bit in the north. Ah, it's a good time. It's good to have a good chill stream. It was, we had Aquafit today, and it was very busy. Very excited. Zoom in. There is a heart in here. I'm almost sure there's a heart in here. Oh, no, no, it's a hero point. It's a hero point. I also love flying around on my dragon. Flying about on my dragon is, like, my favorite thing. 10 out of 10. Can't smash me. I'm too cool. Hello, sir.
I am called to teach.
Called to teach? I'll teach you. I got knives. I got knives. I made them out of my brain. Now I have to put them in you. Right, my focus. Bang! I love my focus. Alright, I'm leaving, fellas. We gotta get out of here. Hate these Gruul. Gruul are alright. There's nothing wrong with them exactly. They're just a little bit wild. Okay, we got places to be. Yep, you said it, Gruul. Can I go up here? Am I allowed? Is there going to be an invisible wall to stop me? Amazing. How is everybody tonight? Okay, we've cleaned that little bit up. Now it's time to go to the water. On my definitely aquatic bird. Just you wait. So, back before they had determined that Skimmer could go underwater, because that was a later addition, they made a bird skin for the Skimmer. Most Skimmer skins are things like, where are we? Most Skimmer things are just sea flaps. Sea pancakes, if you will. That's not a good example because of the colors I've used. Things like this, they're manta rays. And that makes sense underwater. Turtles, a manatee, this cool killer whale, but with wings also. And then there's this. This surely makes sense underwater. But I love this skimmer anyway. They go faster on the water, you see. Skimmers in general. Not just my skimmer. But I like my skimmer the best. Okay. Okay, I gotta remember the way into this one. There's a place that I'm looking for. I never remember the way in. I'm in a very dangerous, precarious place. I never remember the way in. I know roughly where it is. It goes to that point of interest. There was a time, long, long ago, when that point of interest was above water. Back in Guild Wars 1. But it isn't anymore. And every single time, I forget how to get into it. I think I can find my way. We're looking for a hole. We are looking for a hole. It should be kinda around here somewhere. Maybe. Is this the hole I'm looking for? No. Come on, skimmer. Nope. There are even 2 doors into it. And I can't find any of them. Wait. Wait. Y'all! That's the hole! We found it! We did it! Hi, Super Roof! Welcome to chat! Tonight's a very chill stream on account of its Guild Wars 2. Ah, we found the hole! I made it in! Woo! This used to be above ground in Guild Wars 1. Above water, rather. It is no longer above water. Ignore the fact that this is a bird. This is a perfectly normal skimmer. 100% natural sea creature. Just an average sea flap. Okay, let's get out of here. I hate this terrible hole, and I would like to leave. Woo! Get off of there. I said it before, I'll say it again. The sea flap was invented, or rather, the bird skin for the skimmer was invented before they invented the skimmer going underwater, so it made sense at the time. Where are we going? Yeah, let's go up there. Also, the Discord pings are coming from my machine, probably. Don't mind them. I got places to be. I'm very excited for Splatfest, but at the same time, I'm not going to be playing my best right now. And also, it's Guild Wars 2 night. It's time. Oh, is this the one where I can... Yes, I know this one. Where are you, Enraged Deep Song? Paired on. Excuse me. Actually, you know what? I better get the, Nah, let's just go. Been a little while since I've been up here and had this event be up. There we are. Conan, calm yourself. You guys are all full of, like, Buddhist, like, mythology and stuff. Settle down. Philosophy, rather. Calm yourself. I got you. I got you with my brain knives. Knives made of brain.
What have I done?
You're fine.
Claw still lives. I must help him while I still have control.
Okay. Well, that helped the heart, so we're gonna go with her. So the thing about Kodan is they have,
This rage is overtaking me. There's little time.
they have this connection to,
Rest now, my voice. Be calm.
they have this connection to Coda
Tranquil.
and, Coda's flame.
Eyes will close. My
Um,
mind is chaos. Coda's rage. Our duty. Shards of glass on an icy
They,
wind blow through me.
The thing about that is
Focus on me.
that they are often overtaken by Coda and Coda's rage and stuff like that. The other problem is that they are very susceptible to Jormag.
Will return you to your chamber.
Jormag is the dragon of mind, or rather of persuasion. Mordramoth is technically the dragon of mind, but the Kodan are... Can I...
Rest now.
Am I allowed in here?
I will clear the dragon's influence from our home.
I'm allowed in here! Oh, that teleported me out. Probably for the better, actually.
Jormag's influence. She will survive the trial. We must clear the iceberg quickly.
We're just gonna go do this. I'm here so rarely when this event is up that I'm going. Yes, yesterday was Wednesday, Bloom. I got caught by that too. I don't know what day of the week it is at any given time. I may know the date number. I have no idea what day it is. Alright, let's get this ice out of here. These poor Kodan. They're getting messed up by Jormag. We'll sort them out. That's what we're here for. But luckily, this event is up, so it's filling the heart super fast, and this means I don't have to answer Kodan riddles. Kodan riddles are all sort of, like, basic Buddhist philosophy questions. They're all questions about balance and things like that, but balance in a metaphysical sense. And they're not difficult, I just get so annoyed having to answer them. Surprise! It's Guild Wars 2 today. Okay, where are my guys? Oh, Cresting Wave's just dead, that's why. Get up. Also, they all have cool names. Kodan Icehammer is just generic, but Cresting Wave, Quiet Thinker, and oh, I forget what their voice is named here. Oh well. Alright, let's go clear out the rest of these ice brood. Good places to be. Heck! Honestly, though, I kind of wanted to answer Kodan riddles, actually, now that I think of it. Oh well, this is a much faster way to fill this heart. And also, I got to see the inside of the Kodan Voices chamber. It wasn't much. Oh, right. I have to get rid of this thing. This is the problem here. There we go. With my brain knives. Knives from my brain to yours. Knife. Knife. Sure hope that smarts, fellas. Okay, are you all alive? Because the only way I know how to keep people like you alive is to make sure that my enemy's HP is lower than yours. That's all I got. Oh, I've actually finished out the heart, apparently. Well, we're gonna help them finish out this stuff. There's only one more of these things left, and we might as well. Something's gonna hit me. There we go. Something did hit me. Get out of here. Get on out. You don't belong here. This is a house for bears, where bears live. Look at them bears.
Their attack has failed. Our sanctuary remains. Koda's will shall
This is where
always
bears like to
surpass
be.
the Ice Dragon's malice.
Also, I love that we just have bear people. Just nice polar bear people. Better go get that vista, or else I will forget. Oh! Oh, Tulin! Tulin's helping! That's a dangerous Octorok! You could be in serious trouble! But I understand. I've absolutely had Tulin knock things off the cliff. Not in my streamed playthrough, but I've had Tulin knock things clean off a cliff. It's so sad when it happens. Alright, we want a skimmer for this next part, because we're going to go down to the water. What do you mean not enough space to mount? Fine. It's fine. Ignore the fact that this is a bird. I'm never going to get tired of that joke. I think I'm funny. I love the fact that I have a cute little hummingbird skimmer. They are normally manta rays. This is a skin that I have on it. Or the weirdest killer whale you ever saw in your life. Was there something down here I needed? I feel like there was. Starting to think that maybe there's not. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. There's a waypoint going to be around here somewhere. I'm thinking of Two-Loop Waypoint, which is something that leads me into a... Yeah, into a guild race. Oh! Tulaboo's shark! I love Tulaboo's giant shark. Wide face like a whale shark. Svelte body. And giant teeth. Shark, you don't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe you do. Maybe it's just a shark breed. I don't know, but... Tiger sharks don't tend to be that wide in the front. Alright, that's that hero point. Back on my skimmer! Okay, where are we now? Okay. Wow, I forgot a whole bunch of waypoints. There's also a heart up here. I know that there is because it's a bunch of dredge being dredge. Okay. We got places to be. Oh, the Quaggan Olympics is going! Oh, I'm not doing the Quaggan Olympics right now, but the Quaggan Olympics is going! It's cute. Yep, that sounds like Ice Brood. They're bad dudes. But I'm a bad enough dude to save the president, so I can certainly save some of you little guys. As I'm sure that you're all aware, Quaggans are, Am I being attacked? No. I'm not in combat. Therefore, I'm fine. As I'm sure you're all aware, Quaggans are little whale people, and I love them. Little manatees, effectively. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. I am. Oh, yeah. Quaggins are precious. There are some folks in the community who are like, I'm tired of these guys. But they are so cute. Oh my goodness gracious. They are meant to be little, little sort of whale, sea manatee style people. They're trying their very best. They also have a rage face that turns them into anglerfish looking little guys. But that's magic stuff. That's a wizard thing. Probably. Let's go see if I can track some down. Okay, that's that. The guild race runs through here. Which is why I was thinking of it. Quaggin lanterns! Let's light some of these up. Mm-hmm. There's also a little undersea piano around here somewhere that if you can play the Guild Wars 1 theme on, it'll give you like a nice little treat. I'm not going to, but it does exist. Also because I don't have the Guild Wars 1 theme memorized on it. We're just gonna light lights. It's quick and easy. And I don't want to fight sharks. I got my fill of fighting sharks in Kessex Hill, where I fought every shark. Literally, if there was water, there were sharks. Every shark. Having flashbacks. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Oh, I'm sure you'll be delighted, actually, by the skimmer skins that I have that are not a bird. What have we got in here? There's Orca of questionable... It's questionable. Oh, no, sharks are great. 10 out of 10. I just had my fill of them in Kessex Hills, because I fought all of the sharks in Kessex Hills. The thing is that sharks do, sharks inflict bleed, but the ones in Kessex and a lot of the earlier maps are programmed in such a way that... This is also the manatee one, which I quite like, even though it's got weird wings. I love it anyway. Sharks are programmed so that if there's blood in the water... if somebody is bleeding, they will aggro onto you from basically anywhere. And it's a fun joke about how sharks aggro onto blood, how they're supposed to be able to smell like a single drop in, you know, infinity water, which is not correct, but never mind that. That's one of those Discovery Channel facts where it's fact enough. Oh yeah, I've got cute little mounts. When I do my human playthrough, the manatee is the skimmer that I'm going to use. Because it's so cute. It's adorable. But I have a special place in my heart for the bird. Alright, I guess we are gonna deal with a few sharks. Unless we're not. Oh, there's a shark. An ice shark. Stripes like a tiger shark. Mouth like... ginormous mouth. Poor little guy. He's fine. Wait, what? Really? Alright. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of things around here. That should be labeled blue whale. Humpback whale, rather. It's very small for a humpback whale, or I'm enormous. One or the other. They did a good job modeling it, I think, but I don't know the first thing about whales. We're gonna go chase after it so we can take a look. We're gonna magic school bus this whale. Well. We swim under the whale. They even got the little, like, weird... I love this whale. Usually when there's quaggins around, you'll see, like, a whale or two swimming around their little quaggin area. Because they're whale-based. And especially in peaceful quaggin areas. See, another whale! Especially in peaceful quaggin areas, you'll see whales swimming around. Oh, I'm underneath of it, that's why. Up we go, bird! What a good bird. Bloop. What did I miss down there? Oh, I missed the little quaggin house. Right? This was designed before mounts. Wait, is this not what I missed? No, it is. Okay. Okay, let's get out of here. There must be a place I need to be next. I am equidistant between two places I need to be. Okay. Very well. We go north. Actually north this time. You can flurry rush ever means. Oh. Oh my. That's so good. I need to give that a try. Oh, the champs are up here. Nice. I don't want to fight any of them. Not by myself, but... Well, potentially someone's up here fighting this one, actually. Or is this the... This is the underwater one, but someone is fighting it? Ah ha ha! Let's go help! That's the neat thing about Guild Wars 2. You are always happy to see a friend show up. This is what he gets. Think hard about being a MOA, Ice Brood Fish. You gotta. That's right. We break your break bar with that. Get out of here. Oh, no. Found out you can flurry rush ever means, but didn't have the thing to get them. Aww. Alright. We're not taking the Brazier of Coda, apparently. Excuse me? So this is a bug that can happen sometimes. This fella is, he's swimming in the water. He's even got the float physics on. Oh dear. Let's push him back in. Go on. And look, he even floats. He's, So there's a game I played a long time ago called Baroque. And it had floating fish as enemies, and my goodness, that is just the most floating fish guy I ever saw. Uh-oh. Whoop. And we sidestep him. Yeah. Let's go, Ice Brood. You and your no girls around a loud club can't stay. Oh, I can see why you might not want to flurry rush if you have a bomb attached to a weapon. I feel like what would happen is I would explode. I get the impression that's what would happen to me. I've already died once that way. I can't do it again. Not by self-inflicted bomb, anyway. I just don't want to. I can't go back to jail! Jail being the Sky Island at the beginning of the game. But that's a Tomorrow Night's problem. Thankfully. Today I'm just kind of chilling out. Oh my! Oh my! You would certainly explode immediately in Death Mountain. I'm scared to get a bomb out in Death Mountain. Like, I haven't been there yet. Not in this survival playthrough, but I'm just scared to get a bomb out at all. I'll save you, Kodan. I'll save you in the only way that I know how. Making sure your enemy's HP is lower than yours. That's like healing. It's not quite healing, but it's healing enough. Goodbye. Really? I gotcha. I don't need dragon. There we go. I don't need dragon. I'm way too cool on my own. Lasers. Whew. Oh, right. I better go get that waypoint. That waypoint's in a weird place. Come back here. Doot, doot, doot. This waypoint goes to... Or rather, is the closest one to Bitterfrost. I think. Doesn't go to Bitterfrost, though. That's over here. Where are we now? South! The only things I have left in this terrible, terrible map... It's not terrible. I actually kind of like Frostgorge. The only things I have left in this map are south. One of them is a bunch of dredge, and one of them is a bunch of Kodan. Which are right here. Wait, is this the one where I have to talk to them about balance? Did I completely miss which heart I was doing up there? Oh, we're gonna do it. What is happening over here? There's a lot of red. I blame the dredge. What are we doing? Oh! We're repairing the ice bridge. Okay, I getcha.
Life is a trial. Coda the judge and Coda the
Oh no! I mean, I'm sure we've all gotten frustrated with one thing or another. Teleported out and just gone. I left the underground as soon as I got my nice picture. And then just didn't go back for a little while. I've got Toolin now and I still haven't gone back to get auto build. And in my very first playthrough of the game, I went straight to Lurelin Village. It was not the correct choice, but I did. Okay, bridge rebuilt. Sorry, sheep, you're gonna have to die about it. Ooh, that yellow meat is for making ascended quality food. Stuff's super cool. Will you make me talk about balance?
This time, return to tend the voice.
One of you's gonna make me talk about balance, right? Gonna make me answer, like... Oh no! Oh, frogs. Frogs will eat blooms, I learned. Bright blooms. Do you guys make me... Yes, Blue Eyes Shining is where they make me answer riddles. It wasn't the one upstairs. Dang it. Alright, you. I need to sell some things. Yep.
Until next time.
Alright. Haunting Embers, have you got things to say to me? We must venture south. Okay, can you teach me about balance? 4 ears and 4 horns, but only 2 eyes?
Do you need my help?
Their eyes let them see what they need. Okay. Anyway, frogs eat bright blooms, so I just threw bright blooms at them and still they stop bothering me. Okay, teach me about balance. Great deify the very nature of balance. Why is this? Oh, sorry, defy. I forget if it's that they think they're invincible or that they enslave people. I think it's that they think they're invincible. Yep, no one is immune.
I I greet you like the
Alright,
sky
teach me
greets
about
the
balance. Bobbing along on a turbulent sea is a small ice floe. A bird perches on it, working hard to maintain its footing, going so far as to peck the ice to make it less slippery. Is there balance? And it gives us the option to answer, the sea is always in balance, isn't it? The ice floe seems like it must be balanced, and the bird is keeping its footing. That's... it's in balance, right? Now the answer to this is the ice floe. Kodan are, a moment. The ice floe withstands pressure from all sides. Though it may eventually be worn down, it maintains with calm dignity. Teenage Dirtbag is a great song. Not one I can replicate with my voice, but a great song nevertheless. Alright, we are looking for a Kodan. A hero point, in particular. That is in here, I think. I do believe I saw the speech bubble for it. Yeah, there you are. Flowing ice is gonna fight us. Dang it. Da 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 da. Rotation, never heard of it. Don't believe in it. There we go, you're done.
My lessons working their way into your methods.
Alright, we got places to be. Will you teach me about balance? We fight the dredge because they are disrupting balance. What is their primary form of disruption? Yeah, unnatural inventions to drill. That much is obvious. Nice. Oh, is that a ranger with a phoenix? Yes, they are. Phoenix are so cute. Okay, moving on. No, why are you all... Ow! Dredge, what? Don't you make me come over there. I'm tired of answering riddles. I got places to be. And it's in that dredge camp, killing whatever's shooting at me. Oh, what? That's outside the range of the heart? Oh, it's a different heart. We'll sort that out momentarily. You should absolutely upgrade your battery. I also keep forgetting. The minute that I found out what charges did, I was like, I'll never need to upgrade a battery ever again. But I do. I really do. Come on, is any of you... Oh, Frigid Paw, you'll probably teach me about balance, if I haven't learned from you already. Teach me about balance. The Silvari nurtures a plant, raises it, shapes it into a weapon to apply to a cause. The weapon, once but a seed, is now capable of destruction. Where does the fulcrum of balance lie? The weapon, I should say. Oh, right. Then the cause. Thanks! I'm a Silvari, and I answered that really wrong. Wait, can you guys teach me about... You're named. No, you can't. That's too bad. Shrine time. I should get you some batteries, and then upgrade your batteries again to get you more batteries or whatever. I don't know what happens if you upgrade them the second time, because I never bothered. Oh, I've already paid tribute to that one. Okay. Are there any more of you that are named? I got Distant Oracle in the other one. Da-da, 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 da-da. Did I get Harmonious? Yeah, Harmonious Resonance walks around, and I got Harmonious Resonance. And that's that ranger with that cool pet I saw. Whoa! Ah! Did I get Relentless Uproar?
I greet you like the sky greets the sea.
I did not. The seas roil and swell, waves eventually erode the land. Is this an affront to balance? No, that's normal. That's just a thing. Winter dew and turbulent seas? Those sound like people who need to tell me about balance. I'm gonna go ask them.
I greet you like the sky greets the sea.
A strong alpha wolf creates a large pack. They claim a region, slaughtering the deer nearly to extinction. Is it right to intervene in the name of balance? Huh. I've never actually had to answer this one before. Kinda depends. Hooray! Two bears have come to the same cave. One is old, one is young. The young one tears the throat from the old bear and claims the cave. Why is this nature's way? The old bear was young once. That's not an understanding of balance. That's just me answering what I think you want to hear. I don't get it. Please don't mistake me for getting it. Ooh, dredge mortars. Is this close enough to the heart to count? Let's get on our dog. Wait, this is the raptor. The raptor is also a bird. Nope, that's not close enough to the heart to count. But there is a vista up here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, yes, dwarfs used to live here. Right, this used to be a dwarven settlement. In Guild Wars 1, dwarves were one of the people that you could run across, just the same as you can run across Sylvari, humans, Asura, Char, etc. Because Char were villains in the olden days. But when Char became playable, they got rid of the dwarfs. If friend to Deldrimor you be, for he split Vorax Stronghammer in two, and for that he was made to bleed. Yeah. That's right. That was a long time ago. It's a long old time ago. Back in the Guild Wars 1 days. Alright. No, I got places to be. Stop shooting at me. You and your mortars, calm down. Okay, there's a heart yonder. So we're gonna get in. We're gonna get in here. Knives! Brain knives for your brain. I made them myself. They're my brain knives. In they go. Hey, Dredge! Hey, Dredge! Guess what? I got brain knives for your brain. I love my brain knives. Bang, 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 bang. Truly, I am the shotgun here. Wait, what? Okay. Bang! Did that get all of them? Yes, that get all of them. Get him! Get him, fellas! Fellas in this case being my knives. Brain knives! Excuse me? What is shooting at me? Excuse me? Heck! Go away! Brain knives for your brain. Hello, Dredge Reverberant. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you, Dredge Excavator. You guys aren't ever doing anything wrong, usually. Sorry, buddy. Oh, fun. What's going on in the chat over here is they are announcing that they're going to do a hero point train in Heart of Thorns and giving the opening waypoint for it. That's going to be happening a lot more right now because there is an expansion that's going to come out. It's not coming with full elite specs, but it is coming with fun new weapons. Also, I love that it's called the Molachev cocktail instead of the Molotov. You haven't seen much of it because I haven't done many of the hearts that involve Dredge. But there is a heart around here somewhere. What am I meant to do with this? That I find very, very silly indeed. Where it's your job to inspire the Dredge to revolution against the other Dredge. Because they're meant to be like a parody of communism. Welcome back! They're meant to be a parody of communism. Like of Soviet communism specifically, and they did a very good job with that. It's extremely funny to me personally. They used to so a long time ago dungeons each had different currencies, and the currency for the Dredge was what was it? It was like the Book of the Moletariat. Because of course it was. A play on proletariat, of course. Which I thought was very silly indeed. Oh my gosh, Dredge, get out. Leave. Go away. Doing this like they don't live here. Dredge Oscillator. I'm sorry, Excavator. You were just caught in the crossfire, buddy. My attacks pierce. That's what makes them neat. I should actually just be able to turn in my supplies to the heart vendor, which is where I'm going. Oh yeah. I can just get there faster. Hello, Kodan! Why are you in this cave, guys?
Coda's blessings upon you.
And meat! Okay, you guys are helped. There's one more heart in here. Actually, I think this is the heart. Yes, Groznov! Oh, we're gonna do the funniest heart. We're gonna go inspire the Dredge to revolution, y'all. Wait, I gotta make sure. No, there's no closer waypoint to the Vista I missed. You guys, I'm gonna have to navigate a cave. I'm gonna have to know things called directions. I don't. I went the wrong way. I know that I did. Okay, well, we're out at least. At least we escaped. Hey? Where's my, yeah, there we go. I know that there is a vista over here. Technically what this one is a long walk. I'm actually just flying over the area. I would have to jump, like, walk and jump through. But honestly, as soon as I hit level 80, I was like, we're doing this with mounts and no one can stop me. It's my video game. I'll play it how I want. I got to level 80 naturally with no tomes. We did it. This is such a nice place. Like, I also just in general really like the way that that Guild Wars 2 did the music for itself. Oh yeah, here we are. This should lead us into the Grosnov. No it doesn't. But I thought it was just sort of a slight turn on the inside there. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's go see what we can see. Raptor. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's just that we gotta turn this way instead. And just sort of keep going this way as well as we can. Or maybe it won't allow it. No, it should. How else would I get in here? Okay. We're in here. This is Borlinch. This is one of my favorite dredge areas. That goes into Snowden Drifts, and it actually goes into a dredge area on the other side. I accidentally went through there while I was only starting out in the game, and ended up here and was having such a hard time and wondering why, and it's because I'd accidentally came into a level 80 zone and was like level 30. Couldn't hurt anything. It was so sad. Alright, we gotta find the hero point first.
You there. Share your knowledge and I will share mine.
Okay! Sharing's great! These lovely naked mole rat people.
May we both be stronger.
Here, let me hit my F5 and, like, just be a meat grinder. I am the meat grinder! Ah, dang it. Well, knives! Brain knives!
Today, we showed how shared knowledge makes everyone stronger.
That's true. Shared knowledge does make everyone stronger. Now, let's go get ourselves a suit. We're gonna help these oppressed workers out. They need us. They needs us. We're also gonna free some script, because of course there are script in here. Kinda long. My day's been an adventure. Mostly okay, though. I'm just very tired. Because I went to Aquazumba, and now I'm, like, all tuckered out. From dancing around in a pool for, like, an hour. It's still a lot of fun, though. But that's why we stream Guild Wars 2 on Thursdays, because otherwise I'd just be so sleepy playing Splatoon, just, like, laying on my controller. How have things been going? Thankfully, the Splatfest does not start tonight. Stab him with my knives! My physical knives, not my brain knives. Oh, oops, Dredge Revolution is this way. Alright, oppressed worker. Rise up!
Brothers, stand tall. Today we show the oppressors what true freedom is.
Rise up! No, Inspire takes forever. If we don't do something, the dredge will just die down here. So we're gonna go fix their air purifiers with these machine cogs. Because they have a ventilation system, they're just bad at using it. And there's a lot of dust in here. That's good! I have never been in an area that tornadoes can form in, so... I'm glad everyone's okay and there wasn't a tornado. the sum total of my experience with tornadoes is Wizard of Oz, and one time there was a water spout somewhere out to sea, which is like a tornado, except it goes on the ocean. Or at least, that's my very, very bare understanding of it. Let me out of here! I got a machine cog. I'm trying to fix your stupid vents. You'll all suffocate. Dredge. Ah! Dredge! There. I'm loud. That's right. That's what you get, Dredge. What normally happens if a tornado comes up in your area? Like, do people do stuff about it, or just hide in the cellar and hope? I gotta learn weather safety sooner or later. In it goes. Let's put more of these broken machine cogs in there. Gotta be more of them somewheres. Oh, are you an oppressed worker? A rebel sympathizer? Oh, right, there's, what about you? Rise up.
Stand tall. Today we show the oppressors what true freedom.
Oh, fair enough. That's pretty decent. No not enough of a tornado to worry for 4 years. Fair enough. So we shall all wonder what people do about tornadoes, and keep wondering because we never want to find out what people do about tornadoes. That's still not done yet? Come on, machine cogs. Heck! Get out of here, Dredge Resonator. Also, I don't know how I fit in this dredge mining suit. Look at the size of that dredge, and look at the size of this suit. Am I just, like, cuddled up in there, like, knees to my chest, kind of trying my best? Is that what's happening? Poor little Sylvari just, like, smooshed in? Oh dear. You there! Stop being alive! You're mean to me? And I bet you, Dredge Disaggregator, think Trotsky would have done a better job somehow. When really, it would have just been a different kind of horrific death for everybody. Oh, looks like they're all working. Nice. Well, I don't need that anymore. Can I inspire this one again?
Brothers, stand tall.
Totally can.
Today we show the oppressors.
Alright, there's somewhere where there was weapons around here, and I can never remember where it is. They're just kind of buried in the dirt. Maybe it's through here. Maybe this is also down in where the Skrit are, too, because there are Skrit that you can free in this heart, I think. Yeah, okay, out here in the wider world, there's certainly things. The pipes! Oh, the pipes! I'd forgotten about this. We're gonna put holes! We got holes to put. Yes! I want to free a Skrit, actually.
Bring me something?
He doesn't know what to do. He's just gonna get out here and get confused.
But I'm still glad to be here. I'll gladly fight for the rebels, so long as they don't keep slaves.
They won't! They won't, little guy! Okay, now, we've got to stop being a dredge for 5 minutes. Because I think this is the last stuff I need. Oh, this is going to require me to remember how to get anywhere. Bang! Okay. So, remember how I've said before, and I will say again, that my navigation sense is not great, because it doesn't exist. Excuse me. Dredge. Dredge. Fellas. Fellas, no. I just don't want to deal with this. We don't have to kill them. I'm climbing up. I'm going up. I'm not even on the right one for the vista. I mean, it will lead there eventually. Dredge. De-aggro, will ya? Oh no, there's more different dredge. Please, de-aggro. Please go away. Please go away, Dredge. I am trying my very hardest to get you to understand that I need you to leave. Okay, this should be alright. Just gonna roll through that mine. And that one guy. Is this up or down? No, that's down. But the vista's up, so that's where we're going. I might have to kill that guy behind me. Yep, I do. Bang! That's what he gets. Okay, there we go. Good, nice vista. What a good vista. Now this point of interest. What? Uh-oh. Oh, no. There's a point of interest somewhere that I haven't gotten. We're gonna go out here real quick and I'm gonna find out where it is. And it's the last thing on the map? Okay. Where are you? It doesn't even light. No, I'm not zoomed in far enough. Where is it? Is it in there? No, can't be. That's the way into Bitterfrost. I was up there. Oh, found it. How do I get there? How do I get there? That's water. I wonder... Let's look at the caves. No help. Okay. Well, we know where we're going. This is the wrong animal to get there on. Despite the fact that we are under the ground, I am going to put on the sky scale. Okay. Oh, I think I know where I'm going. Not here. Not here. I think I know where this is, though. Yes. Yes, I do. Dang it. I wanted to mount up for this. Yep. Here we are. Let me have my skimmer. No. No. Please, I wanted to have my skimmer. I knew it was something in here. Okay, okay. We're leaving. We did the thing! This place is done! Oh, I guess I better accept that. Ah, transmutation charge. What? Zerker's armor. That's nice. Zerker's is the most commonly used, one of the most commonly used, gear sets. Especially with, newer players, because it's power, precision, and ferocity, and those are the attack things. Don't need that. Don't feel like getting out my gobblers. How do you go for? Someone will get something out of it. How about you? Yeah. Someone will get something out of that. That can be sold later. Thankfully, they've been pretty good about telling people when an item only has value as part of a collection. Because for a long time, they weren't very good about that. Okay. We're gonna go into the fireplace. This isn't the door to the fireplace. It's over here a little further. Wait, what? Where's the way in? I know these maps connect. I am 100% certain that these maps connect. Where's the connector? Is it an Earthshake Basin? I thought it was up here. Like, legitimately thought it was up there. Oh, no, I see the road. I see the road. It is down by Earthshake. If it's gonna be anywhere, it's gonna be down here. We're going where the Flame Legion are strong. Hey, the Vigil. Fireheart rise! Time to get to the Angry Cat map. It's full of angry cats. They're real mad. They're mad that back in Guild Wars 1 they didn't get everything they wanted. Just most things that they wanted. Come on. Alright, alright. Ice Brood, you go away. Can't believe I'm still fighting Ice Brood up here. Come on, stop being chilled. There we go. Places to be. Okay. Do, do, do. Let's see what we got around here. More beacons. Oh, and Kodan flags that we just kind of wave at. And then they get better. Oh, speaking of just kind of waving at things, and they get better. This is a new emote tome I got. I can do dancing lights in this game now. Which I'm quite pleased by. Okay, moving on. That's the emote tome you get with the X-Pack pre-purchase. There's a bunch of things you get. They're all cosmetic. Well, no, they're all cosmetic. I can't think of the things that weren't. It also came with a fun hat that I really should try on, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Y'all are gonna have to put up with this. Fun new hat! What hair does it give me? Oh! I like that Silvari hair! So the fun thing about some hats in Guild Wars 2, is that they'll give you hair that's dyeable. This is one of them. There is another couple of them. The Angler hat gives you dyeable hair. And the Swaggering hat gives you dyeable hair. So if you want hair of many colors, you can do that. A lot of hats don't give you any hair at all. They just make you bald. Because it was before they had a really good idea of how hair physics worked. Or, well, not exactly physics, but like the clipping for hair. What else do you guys need? Over here. Ooh, juvenile owls! I'm not a ranger, but if I was, that would be important to me. Eh? Oh, I guess we're killing Doliacs now. Oh, yeah, right, because you can give them meat. Yep, chunk of Doliac meat. I forgot we could just do this. Now, I know this doesn't look very fiery yet, but don't you worry. We're going to get into Fireheart Rise properly, and you'll see what I mean when I say this is a fiery, fiery map full of angry cats. Right now, we're just full of sad bears. They're all Varsad. They came a long way to be here, to escape dragon. And... no! We almost made it. Oh, no, no, we don't want any of that. If I don't need to fight it, I'm not gonna. I got a lot of music in my head right now. I know I said I had show tunes in my head, and they didn't really leave, but they've also got extra help. Okay, where are we going next? You know what? Let's go dead north and finish it up, because this is the last of the sort of icy bit of this map. And I know there's something up there, I just can't remember what it is. I know there is, though. Besides this waypoint. There's a heart! Oh, this is the grenade spot! Oh, we're gonna test grenades on oozes. Hi, friend! Tactician Leanne's great. These grenades are very similar, if not exactly the same, as the engineers. They're just in a weird order. Maybe they're not in a weird order. They're the engineers' gunshots, I think, but in grenade form. Come back here.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Anyway, we use them to kill stuff. Oh wait, you're afeared. Come back. Yeah, they do different things than the pistol skills. Except for that. Also, fun fact, if you're a necromancer and you have that thing that makes fear do damage to people, the fear grenade works just fine. Still causes fear. Oh, meat spit. Hey, these people are alive! What a rare sight to see. Alright, excuse me, folks. I got places to be. I got ooze to test things on. Oozes.
That feels better.
Oozes. Oh, there we go. Do, 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 do. Gotta lead your shots a little bit sometimes. The day I learned to do that well is the day that we're gonna have the best time. Oh! Can I still test it on the snow trolls? I totally can. Oh. Got him!
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Alright. That's right, snow trolls.
Another.
This is what snow trolls get. I don't need to test this. I know that it works. Ha-ha! Okay. Let's get our Trollsbane friend up. Alley-oop, friend. Oh, wait, what are we doing? Oh, this is an event. I didn't even realize there was an event going on. Else I would have come here sooner. Okay, have fun. Have fun, event NPCs. I'm busy. And once again, we're faster in the air. Hey, juvenile owl. Okay. I think everything's de-aggroed off me. Yes, I'm gonna need to go this way anyway. Whew. Elemental course for an assault on the Flame Legion's towers. Alright. So, one of the things about this map that has been a little bit frustrating since I started playing the video game is that the dungeon is locked behind an event. If the event's not complete, you don't get to do the dungeon. This is not the event that locks the dungeon up. Thankfully. We're not even near the dungeon. Okay. Also, there's a jumping puzzle on this map. I'm going to cheat it completely. As best I can. I will show you all how to cheat it. Because, so here's the thing. The jumping puzzle on this map, the one that I'm thinking of, is called Pig Iron Quarry, and it's not actually all that complicated. It's really just jumping across a bunch of platforms. Like, just a bunch of little platforms. It's not even hard. The problem with it is that, though it's not even hard, I still have a very hard time. Why can't I go in there? Is that waypoint locked? Am I not allowed to get in? Is the door shut so I don't get to go in there? Well, that sounds terrible. Anyway, when I was small, I had a really bad experience with a ski lift. I wasn't hurt, but a friend of mine was. And that's worse for me. And it makes the same kind of creaking and squeaking noises that ski lift did. So, can't deal with it. Okay, I got it. Good. So I cheat that puzzle every time I do it. And I'll show all of you how to do it too, so that you can be criminals like me! Mounts and things aren't allowed in jumping puzzles, but if you're careful and clever enough, you can shoot yourself in there. Just throw yourself at it. Where is it from here? Is it even in this map? Am I even thinking of the right map? I normally come at Fireheart Rise from a very different direction, so I'm confused. Ah, Switchback Canyon. This place should have a heart. What are we doing? Mines, traps, explosives. Oh, I normally come at this from the other direction too. Alright, let's go. Heck'em! And then he tripped, Your Honor! He tripped into my knife! He tripped into my knife 10 times! Well, I'm glad you're lurking anyway. I know this isn't my usual style, in that it is my usual style of playing Guild Wars. It's just not the usual style of shenanigans I get up to. But I don't mind that. Guild Wars is a community that's always been really, really good to me. They've always been super chill. And surprisingly helpful. My goodness gracious. If you go into a starter map, you are going to get someone trying to help you. That's just how it is. Can't be stopped. They'll give you stuff too. They'll sometimes. Anyway, you'll just have stuff. I had friends who played, but I still had random people just be like, "Oh, you're new here. Is this your first character? You look like you're having a good time. Here, let me teleport you up to the top of this jumping puzzle. You look like you don't know how to jump yet." And it's true. And you know what? I've been at this for years. I still don't know how to jump yet. Not great at it. Actually, you know what? I say that, but the thing of it is, I know how to jump certain jumping puzzles that I've practiced very well. When the holidays come around, when it's Winter's Day, my goodness, we're going to Winter's Day and I'm gonna jump a puzzle. I'm gonna jump that puzzle for about 60 years. I really love the jumping puzzle. I learned the hard path. I learned the hard path really well. I'm no speedrunner at it, but I can generally reasonably reliably do it within a minute 30, a minute 45, give or take. Something like that. And it makes me so much money. Just every money. All money. That's when I make all my cash. To those with the right tool, why, there's a metal detector right here, isn't there? Detect. I've detected. Oh no! I've detected a carry-on devourer. That's not metal at all. Unless I have sudden metal in my inventory. I do. Oh, an event item. There's an event here somewhere. That's what's going on. Where are you? Where are you, event NPC? Here. Found some scrap metal.
Get up here and help. I need scrap metal to fix my devourer attractor.
Oh, it's this event chain. Oh, I love his devourer attractor. Okay, so what he's gonna do is he's going to make a devourer lure. He's gonna go lure a giant devourer, and then we're gonna go attack a Flame Legion base with it, and it's very silly. I'm not gonna do that event right now. Because you know what? Maybe I will. Let's go. We're gonna take a detour. We're gonna do this event. Let me get some metal detector. Alright, buddy, let's go.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Okay. We're just gonna keep hitting it. Hey! Let me up. Okay. Let's detect. We detected. Nope, just scrap metal this time. Fella! Flame Legion, why are you like this? Flame Legion are another no boys, no girls allowed club. Oh no! Don't worry. I forget etiquette constantly. Like, I don't remember how to do anything sometimes. I just walk around and be like, oh, did I even introduce myself to these people? Who knows? It's a mystery. Wait, we can't detect that? Oh, this is too much to fight like this. Lasers! Oh my gosh, Flame Legion. Go home. What is it about Dragon that makes you be a no girls allowed club? It's not that they have no girls allowed exactly. It's just that they just kind of hate women too. Oh right, I could get up here.
I think this. You've got any more?
All right. We're going to go on this adventure. I love this event chain, actually. The more I talked about it, the more I was like, okay, we have to go see Balint the Tinkerer.
All this metal should allow me to
He's going to attract the most monstrous devourer.
Now I need to get to Pike Tooth Tower and set up. Then we'll see how big the devourers are.
All right, let's go. We'll come back around to story someday. The problem with this game is that sometimes you're just like, there's so much to do. And there is. But like, you get distracted on the way. Going, oh, I'm gonna do story, I'm gonna do dungeons. Nah, man. I'm gonna forget completely.
This is quite a trek, isn't it? Of course, we've got to save the captain. So keep moving.
We're gonna go save the captain of their little group. This is gonna be great. Oh, it's nighttime, so I'm glowing! Even my feeties glow! I love that my feeties glow. I love that Sylvari glow in the dark. It makes me so happy. Yes, exactly. This has the same deal where there's so much to do and so much you can do that you get sidetracked by orange circles on the map. Like, I know this event. It's a heckin' funny event, I've decided. Alright, Devourers. What? Dude! Oh no! Balint, get up! Get up, friend. Go on with ya. Now don't get in a fight until your HP is bigger. He's an Iron Legion engineer. This won't make a whole lot of sense just yet, because I haven't done a Char playthrough and we're not far enough into sort of the game to know this sort of thing. But Balint here is an Iron Legion engineer. Iron Legion is concerned with building machines. So Char have 4 legions. These 4 legions can be more or less summed up as Ninja Turtles. Iron Legion does machines. The Big Brash Fighty Legion. No, actually, I don't know who the Michelangelo of the legions would be, really. Well, my poor analogy. Like, I was all set to be like, in the Flame Legion, they're kind of Raphael, where they just want, they want, they're very angry. They got a lot of anger.
What do you want? Hurry it up, you. I'm trying to help rescue the Valia by attracting the giant.
Oh, he's gonna have so
We
much
just
fun.
need to build the attractor. I'll lend a hand. We'll see if you can find any volunteers.
That is an Ash Legion spy. Ash Legion is full of, well, spies. Yeah. They sneak around to get information. The Char are a military society. So everybody is kind of defined by their roles in the military. Iron Legion builds machines and handles like the tech and stuff. Ash Legion handles spying on people. Blood Legion is the frontline infantry forces, among other things. And Flame Legion isn't technically part of sort of the Char They're not the good guys. But when they were part of the Char, like Char proper, part of their society and stuff, they did all magic and stuff like that. For a number of reasons, Char are really anti, well, you know, one of the biggest quotes for them is rely on steel, not false gods. And that's because in Guild Wars 1, the Flame Legion was powered by the Titans, and they used that power to take over all of them, all the legions.
That should just about.
It's a thumper. Gonna thump out a devourer.
Has a nasty habit of drawing the attention of angry critters.
You did,
Oh,
sir.
Flame Legion. It's like they can hear it from a mile away. It's safe
Anyway,
to get a giant to show up.
so the Char are very interested in not repeating the mistakes of the past and letting stuff like the Flame Legion rise up. They're not afraid of magic exactly. They just have a tendency to prefer to do diesel punk stuff instead. And I will say, they are not actually afraid of magic or anything like that. If it gets you an advantage in battle, it gets you an advantage in battle. That's just how it is. Oh, do you mean Honey here, my my in-game avatar?
Keep holding off the hostile ones.
Get out of here, carry-on devourers. Whew. Char are great. Get out of here! Go away! Devourers, you're not big enough. Flame Legion, please. Please! Oh, okay. So the game has 5 playable races. There's human, because of course there is. Humans, by this day and age, are a bit more like elves. They used to have grand societies and do all sorts of crazy magic, but those societies have primarily fallen into ruin, and they've fallen back to just a couple of places. In Guild Wars 1, you were defending a place called Ascalon, which is where we are now, from the Char. As you can see, the Char have rather taken it over. The Char are also a playable race. They're these lovely cat people. They are a military society. They are roughly loosely based on the Roman legions of the Roman Empire, but that's sort of... That's just to give you sort of, like, a starting point. They're not really, like, that much any... Yes! The Giant Devourer! Then there are the Norn. Norn are your mighty race. They are like humans, but much, much bigger. They tend to be a bit more solitary. They are connected to something called... They're connected to the spirits of the wild. Then there are Asura, which are little shark rat people. I love them a lot. There aren't very many out here, but if I can find one, I will show you what they look like. They're amazing. If you know FF14, they're like Lalafell, but if Lalafell were ugly cute instead of being cute cute. Yes, we're gonna kill us some flame effigies with our good boy! And then there are Sylvari, which is what I am for this playthrough. Sylvari is my favorite race in this game. They sort of fall into... I would argue they fall into sort of where the humans would normally. That kind of niche. They're kind of new at this. They're one of the younger species in Tyria. They don't have a whole lot of history, but they got a whole lot of heart and bravery. Sylvari are plant people. They're all born from the pale tree. They glow in the dark, and when I'm in a place of safety, I will show you what Honey looks like. Because you can't really get a good idea of what they look like. This actually good enough. This is Honey. She's glowing, as you can see, because it is nighttime. Sylvari glow at night. That's not entirely true. There are no combat tonics for it. However, there are mystery tonics that will let you be quaggin. So you can hypothetically run around as a quaggin. If you want to be a different quaggin, boom, quaggin! There's more quaggins in here. Show me different quaggins. Ha! Anyway, yes, you can absolutely run around as a little quaggin. You can't do anything this way exactly, but you can. I've certainly run around as a Choya before. I have a novelty guild that's just got me in it. Called Natters, where I run around as a Choya, which are little cactus guys. You can also go help out the quaggin as part of your personal story. And you'll see a lot of them in the personal story, and in the rest. Shushadu, for instance, shows up not only in the personal story, but later when you're fighting other dragons. She's great. Oh, and one of the legendaries is a shield that you can get with a quaggin in. So you can just carry a quaggin around with you at all times. It's really cute. It's not something that you're gonna get day one, but like, it's adorable. We're going after this, right? Buddy? Hello? Devourer? Friend? Why are you aggroing these guys? The effigy is right there. Ah! Oh, also I forgot. Asura are the smart ones. They have a lot of, They're that little smart, intelligent race. They're lovely little shark rats, and I like them a lot. I don't have very many, because I don't, I love Sylvari so much more. Anyway, if for whatever reason you want to take a look around the video game, you absolutely can. Because Guild Wars 2, the base game at least, is completely free. There's a couple of things it locks you out of. It locks you out of the Black Lion Trading Post. And that is because the Black Lion Trading Post is where you could go to spend gems, which are a currency that you can pay money for. And this game doesn't want you to be able to give it money if you're playing on the free version. Like, at all. Unless that money is to purchase the full version of the game. Please, veteran giant devourer, get out of combat so that you can live and we can kill this flame effigy. You can do it, buddy. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Oh, you've got it. Uh-oh. I'm standing in fire. I'm a plant.
You can only keep those devourers in line.
He did a very good job. Alright, we did it. That was the thing that we did. Oh, this is another one that I have to jump up to. Where do I jump to you from? Oh, right. You've got to go kind of around. Is it... No, I don't think it's here. No. Am I still in combat? There we go! Quaggin! Since I'm just jumping around like a silly person. Where is it? Nope, I continue to be a quaggin. You can't hit me, I'm a quaggin. Right now. Where is it? Little gremlin. Uh-oh. Oh no. The Badmans! Run, quaggin, run! It's the Badmans. Oh, that area over there by the lava leads into another jumping puzzle called Vex's Lab. There's nothing in there that I need, so I'm not going to go do it, but it does lead in there. Is this up where I need to be to get to that vista, or did I just run around the wrong edge? No, maybe we're alright. Maybe it is as simple as mushing my face into this until I go up. Moosh! We did it! Mashed my face at it until I went up! Is there another spot I can mash my face at until up happens? Is this it? No. Up! It was it! Secrets! Okay. Now where to? Up here? Up here? Nope. Where's that vista at? Oh, I see, I see. I'm just gonna glide, but I see where I'm going. I think. Yep. There was a bridge there that I could have taken that I did not take. There we go. I'm afraid there is not a playable whale race. Norn can transform into bears, snow leopards, raven, and wolf, but no cool whales. Oh, I'm being very silly today. Quaggin! Quaggin is a shaman of Malagan! The Quaggin god is Malagan, who is an aspect of the human god Melandru, who is the nature goddess. That line is from, I think, somewhere in Bitterfrost Frontier. There's just a little Quaggin down there that's killer whale flavored. Because all the northern Quaggins are killer whale flavored. And just... it's very cute. One of these days I will run around as a Troya. Or something else with a combat tonic and just constantly be that thing. Troya don't have a combat tonic. I don't know who I'm kidding, but maybe they will someday. Oh, right. No, yes they do. They have the Psychic Troya tonic. Of course. Alright, moving on. Oh, I forgot to do the Flame Legion. I forgot to do the end of that event. I went up there with the thing, and I just didn't bother to do the rest of the event that goes with it. There's a little bit more to this. We're gonna go down there and get it. Where is the NPC? Where's the Flame Legion prison I'm supposed to be breaking into? Oh, it's up, isn't it? That's fine. I'm here for a hero point anyway. I do that every time. I'm not afraid of you. Ah! Ah! I'm not afraid of any of you because I'm invincible. That's right. Love being invincible for several seconds. It's my favorite thing to do. Alright, where is that prison door? Is it... Yeah, it's down. Ouch! Okay, fellas. That's too much burning. Igniter! Get out of here! Ha! Rallied. Alternatively, I suppose, Igniter, I hardly know her. As one does. Flame Legion Lava Shaman. Please, please, sir. You need to go. Nice. Ah, dang it. I should be able to heal up, actually, unless they resurrect. Not that enemies can resurrect. They can't. Oh, also, there are 9 classes in this game, so there's 9 different things that you can be, and they have a bunch of different flavors to them. I'm a mesmer, which means I'm very, very squishy and very, very technical. If you're first starting out in the game, I highly recommend necromancer if you want to start as a light armor, because they're tanky, they have a second health bar. I'll just leave Novelia there. I don't remember where everything else is for this. She'll get out. There we go. Oh, I forgot the... Well, we'll go get that Vista. Okay. But yeah, I highly recommend playing a Necromancer if you want light armor. When you first start out, a Warrior if you want a heavy armor class. I personally recommend Ranger for medium armor, despite the fact that I main a Thief. I find Ranger is a little bit less complicated, and it gives you this extra sort of help in that you have a pet with you. So you have something to draw aggro if you're not used to it. Engineer is the other medium armor class, and to play Engineer properly, you also need to know how to play the piano. The joke is that they have a lot of buttons that you need to learn to press. And very, very quickly. There's a light armor class like that called Elementalist, who also needs you to press buttons very quickly. The heavy armors aren't usually that complicated. I think Rev is probably the most complicated of them. Guardian has a lot of situational stuff. They're kind of a support class. And, excuse me? What is hitting me? Oh, this. And Rev does a lot of different things. I'd say it's just the most complicated on account of it has a secondary energy cost. So, like, some things in this game, some classes in this game have class-specific energy or profession-specific energy. And Rev is one of them. Oh, I missed the Rust Bowl heart point. Wow, I can't say words today. This is why we're not playing. That's not why we're not playing Splatoon tonight. Just can't remember how to say words. If I can't do that, I'm definitely gonna put a beacon when I mean to put something else. What's your deal? Oh, wow! You just immediately are ready to go. Fun. Knives. I got knives. I got knives. I got knives I made out of my brain. Oh, oh, I don't want to attack that girl. Oh, I know these hearts. These are the girl hearts. Oh, I love the girl hearts. They're so fun. There's like 2 or 3 of them down here. Oh, oh, there's a friend. A friend in need. Oh, they're just dead. They're probably AFK. So back in the day when your armor used to break, and armor did used to break once upon a time, you would know that the player base is super helpful and wants people to be happy and healthy, because you would go AFK in some place you thought was safe, and you would come back completely naked. Because what would happen is people would res you, you'd get hurt, downed, and die, your armor would get damaged, and then somebody would come by and be like, oh no, and they'd res you, and the same thing would keep happening. And we're gonna res this definitely AFK stranger. Oh, yes, this AFK stranger here is an Asura. In the most awkward of angles, so I can't get a good look at them. But yes, those are Asura. That's the cutest face an Asura can have. They're full of attitude. That's That's Pegaleg the pirate. That's a mini that you can have follow you around. Which reminds me, I don't think I have a mini following me around. There's a lot of novelties and silly things in this game. And one of those things is a mini. I don't have a mini? What's wrong with me? Ridiculous. I love the mini bone skinner. It has come to my attention that people think that this is what a Wendigo is, and that's not... That ain't it. That ain't it. At all. But I really love the design. He's cool. They're called bone skinners in this game, and that's good, because they should be called something else. I love him. We're not going to have that follow me around, though. That's too spooky. This is also too spooky. It's a weird bug. It's a weird interdimensional bug. This is just a slug. Just a slug made of tar. What have we got? Nope, not the mini Springer mount. Brown Springer kit. When did I get this? Oh, he's so cute. He's a little dragon friend. Almora's great. She's leader of the vigil. Got a lot of mini mounts. Oh, I did go through some of this to try to get some of the good jackals. I never did get the good jackals because it took forever. Oh, what should come with me? Choya Pinata! No. Excuse me? A Boga! Oh, what should I bring with me as my delightful mini? Oh! Oh, I could bring an Aurene! Oh, there's Festive Aurene. There's regular Aurene. Oh, Gox. Oh, the kitty cats! The Commander Kitty Cat! I'm so proud of that Commander Kitty Cat. I bring this Commander Kitty Cat with me in other places because I got it from World vs. World, which is another mode that this game has. I forgot about that. So there's something called Mersat in this game. Tyria goes through cycles, and the last dragon cycle had the 5 great races of Tyria being the Seers, the Mersat, the Forgotten, the Dwarves, and the Jotun. The Mersat are also called the Unseen, because if you don't have, if you haven't ascended and be gifted effectively, and haven't been gifted the ability to see the unseen, you can't see them. So the mini Mersat Overseer is completely invisible because you can't see it. And I love that about it. That's so good. This is an Arctic Quaggan. This is the kind of Quaggan that you get out of making the legendary that has a Quaggan in it. Sylvan Pup. They're so cute. I forgot I had Liadri. Finally. And all my different cat golems. Let's see. Alright. We'll put on the mini Arctic Quaggan for now. Oh, there's also a Quaggan trick-or-treater. This is a Quaggan child that runs around at Halloween with a bunch of other little kids, and this is their Halloween costume. They are a ghost. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that they are a ghost. But they are. Nevertheless. I was hoping I'd have one of the World vs. World looking Quaggans, but I don't think they make that. Or if they do, it's under a name I don't know. Yeah, it's just under a name I don't know. No, never mind then. Still, we'll run around with this Quaggan friend. Now we have a little Quaggan friend with us. Eh. I'm not a ranger, so I can't name them, but... Yes, too spooky! Too spooky, 5 me! Oh wait, no, I'm being silly. I need to kill that. We're here to fill out the heart. Also, don't worry for the Quaggan. They can't help us. They can't be hurt. Minis are just there for decoration. They cannot hurt anybody. Except in World versus World. If you go into World versus World, be very mindful. Because you'll want to turn off your mini basically immediately if you're playing in that mode. Thing is, if you go invisible, or you get out of sight of the enemy, you can't be targeted. However, your mini still shows. And they can still tell where you are roughly by where your mini's at, because they never get too far away from you. So if I'm putting an AoE like this, and I just happen to target the mini, I can hit you. If you're playing that mode. And that's why you have to be real careful. One of these days I'll go into World versus World and show folks what it looks like. It's not very exciting for me all the time. But there is a guild that I'm part of that does World versus World regularly. That is Anvil Resistance. Anvil Resistance is known for being kind of a small guild that will walk into a fight and still come out fine. Despite the fact that the enemy outnumbers folks 5 to 1, usually. It's pretty great. Oh, I'm rezzing a villager. I didn't mean to be, but whatever, it fills the heart. That said, I am not that good at World versus World. That is not my primary mode of playing this video game. I do like it a lot. I like the way that people talk in Wub Wub. Like we're all battle-hardened soldiers who just want to come home from the war. It's great. Sometimes there are daily events where you have to kill a veteran creature that spawns in the map somewhere. And people waiting for that will just stand there chatting with each other, like... They'll just stand there chatting with each other like, oh yeah, I remember the Siege of 86. Sure hope this thing spawns soon. So that we can all go home. And it's just delightful. Oh, the heart's full. I didn't need those prickleberries. Oops. The camaraderie in that mode is amazing. I don't need these. Okay, that goes away. Time to salvage a bunch of stuff. Time to salvage some more stuff. There we go. Okay, that heart's full. Where to next? Oh. I know where to next. I know right where we're going. This game also has cute novelties that are pets that you can kind of have. They learn to do tricks and you can play with them. I do not remember where to get them. I think at least one of them is Gem Store. But the thing about this game is that gems you can trade gold in for. Gold is the in-game currency. Gems are a currency that you can purchase. Like with actual money. But you don't need to. You can just trade regular in-game currency in for them through the exchange. It fluctuates. So I generally recommend if you think you want to get gems, get them while they're inexpensive. There are real good guides for what price gems are, and there's people who will speculate. Come on, Quaggan! You can catch up, buddy! Yes, let's go! I bet that Quaggan would be a shaman of Malagan. I'm not going to Bitterfrost Frontier yet, but when I do, it's Quaggan heavy, the storyline there. You'll see so many of them. They're so cute. That is Living World Season 3, though, so we've got a ways to go, but we're still going to see quaggins on the way. They're so cute. I'll have to show you Poobadoo at some point as well. He's fallen on hard times, you see. Harpies, no! Harpies bad. Harpies. Ugh. Fine. You've earned yourself a death. Gracious. Are you shooting at me? Are you... Really? I have ranged daggers. I have mind knives. Knives with my brain. Yep, they're made out of my brain. Okay, back we go. There's a heart vendor I need to give these to. Where are you, friend? Here we are. Boop. Where are ya? Bunch of eggs. What's in the trading post that I need to pick up? Is it just coins? Yeah, it's just money. So I kitted out 2 characters, which is why I suddenly don't have 5 and or 600 gold. Because I fully kitted out 2 people. I have them for later. I don't play Revenant, in that I don't really have a Revenant to play exactly. I have 1. 2? Maybe? Maybe. Wait, that didn't count? It doesn't count to kill the wargs around here? Oh. It's the harpies. The harpies and the grubs I need. Okay. We can do that. Oh, I haven't actually got the point of interest here either. Well, good thing that didn't fill up the heart, because otherwise I would have just walked away. Clean out of here. Zooming. I love my knives. My brain knives. Oh my gosh. Where were those harpies? They've earned themselves some death. I'm ready to kill. Just tired of harpies being alive. Harpy, come down. I'm having flashbacks to the harpy spellbreakers. Harpy spellbreakers aren't a problem for me yet. They won't be a problem for me until I have to go to Alona. And Alona is LS4, I think. And the second X-Pack? Yeah, Heart of Thorns, then Path of Fire. Yeah, it's the second X-Pack. Harpy spellbreakers aren't real yet, and they can't hurt me until they become real. Yes! Alright, we're picking up truffles. We're not delivering those truffles. We're just picking them up. I wish I'd thought to remember to teleport. To put a teleport on. Excuse me? Wait, can I just keep doing that? No. Dang. It's a lot of stuff trying to kill me. Zooming. Oh, little quaggin buddy, you gotta hurry up, pal. My poor little mini. Can't keep up. Technically, what I'm supposed to do with these truffles is pick them up and bring them to, like, there's some pigs and stuff down here that I'm supposed to feed. Yeah, warthogs. That I'm supposed to feed them. But I never remember to bring it all the way here. I just pick up a bunch of truffles and be done with it. And then run that same loop again. Wait, that truffle's really close to the entrance. I wonder if I can just grab it. And bring it to the good pigs! Warthogs, if you will. Munch, munch, munch. What else am I supposed to do? Kill hostile creatures guarding truffles in the cave. You got it! I love killing hostile creatures. If we've learned anything about me, it's that I love to kill hostile creatures. Especially when they're squids and or kids. But also others. Oh, shoot. I was pressing a different note. I was pressing my Necromancer number 3. Necromancer 3 is an AoE centered on you. So it doesn't matter where my mouse is if I press that button. Excuse me? Hello? Cave spider? Goodbye. And then you exploded. I exploded! If I knew then what I know now. Da 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 da. Finally knew the truth that now I know. I don't know that song well enough. There we go, all filled up. Okay, time to leave. This place is dreadful. It's filled with bad news. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Places to be. Okay. Get on our dinosaur. Oh, the garden is over here, I think. I think. Don't quote me on that, because this is another map I don't come to very often. So, here's the thing. Guild Wars 2 has a lot of maps. If you're not doing map completion, you're not always gonna get to them all. This isn't the garden. Is it? No. No, that's Diesa Plateau is what I'm thinking of. This isn't what I was looking for. Dang. Unless... Are you a script burglar? I think you're a script burglar.
Energized.
Oh, let's learn. Oh no! I'm being quoted on something. Terrible. Alright, I think this chest is going to be a script burglar, which means a fun little rat person is going to pop out of it, and I'm going to try to kill them. Because they have things. Things I want. It is! It's a script burglar! I don't know what their plan is being a treasure chest like that. Come on. Come on, we can do this. Got it. Nice. Skirt burglars are great. Excuse me? Listen, I'm on a time limit now to get those bags. Obstructed my butt. There's not much in them, I admit. It's just a bunch of, like, sort of blue gear. That was fun. That was very silly indeed. But, you know, it's blue gear I didn't have before. Which reminds me that I need to put a music box up in there. These shared inventory slots are across all characters, so any character I have has access to these things. And Ilona has these music boxes that are very rare drops from the treasure chests around on the map. And I have all of them. My crowning achievement so far is having all of those. And there's one in particular that's my absolute favorite, and it's on one of my characters, and I love it a lot. So I want to put it in a shared inventory slot so I can listen to the music anytime. What's in my shared inventory slots right now is a salvage kit. We're just going to fly in there and grab that waypoint real quick. We do not need to fight the monster that's in here. We just need that. There we go. We're not going to fight the Flame Tribune. We're leaving. I said we're leaving. No, that's Flame Legion. Don't like that. Am I near Pig Iron Quarry? I feel like I definitely am. This isn't a heart at all. Now that said, I can't be sure that I am. What? Did you really put invisible walls here too? Come on. Come on. Don't want me to go places. That's Vex's lab in there. There's another way to get to it. It's a jumping puzzle. Behemoths! Leave me be! Also, the character creator in this game, now that I'm thinking of it, because I was thinking of how many colors Silvari can be, the character creator in this game is incredibly robust. Like, to extreme lengths, I think. Which I like. I will, admittedly, be there, fussing with character dies, fussing with things like that for ages. Yeah, I think I'm near the quarry. I think. Yeah, Pig Iron Mine. We are definitely near the Pig Iron Quarry. So the quarry jumping puzzle itself, you are not allowed to have mounts in. However, we're gonna cheat. Because I have to. The actual JP itself is pretty simple. Ooh, an octopus fact! Oh boy, okay. Let's see, what's a good... Oh, you're looking at the jumping puzzle, by the way. It's those things across that. What's a good octopus fact? Let's see. Oh! Octopi are capable of having wars. We know this because there is a group of octopi off the coast of Australia, if I remember correctly, that are busy having a war. They're not very good at it because they don't know how to work together. Gonna stretch while I do this. Wiggle around. They're not very good at it because they don't work together super well. But they are out there, battle lines drawn, throwing rocks at each other. Just hurling them with their octopus tentacles. Which is delightful to me, but also kind of sad. There's just a little octopus war going on over there. Alright, now let me remind myself where the quarry, the end of the JP is around here somewhere. Okay. We're gonna sneak over here and grab this waypoint. Because there's a heart over here. The event's not up right now, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Excuse me, I would like to press this button. Oh, I'm gonna wiggle and stretch a little bit more, actually. Oh, there we go. Probably for the better. Like I said, I did a bunch of exercise earlier today. Alright, so this is the end of Pig Iron Quarry over here. Like I said, I'm going to cheat it. What you would normally do is you would climb that whole area over there, and then you would jump across these things. But they freak me out too bad. So I can't. That's the chest. So we're gonna put a springer on. We're gonna scoot up here and see exactly where it stops letting me have mounts. So this tells me that mounts are disabled in this area. Oh, I pushed myself a little too close. Okay. My Springer is a lizard right now. Okay, we did it! Nice. And that is how you cheat this puzzle. Please only use this power for good and not evil. It's not even a daily today. I just came up here because I wanted to, because it's here. That guy has knockback, so he can knock you off this cliff even if you do get up here. And if you don't open this chest, you didn't complete the puzzle.
Rare treasure.
I love riding on a bear. Riding on stuff that's not meant to be ridden on is my favorite part of Tears of the Kingdom. And also Breath of the Wild. Anyway, this puzzle makes you jump across those. And, I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, I just can't. Right, heart. There's a heart down here. Gotta go get that. Let's kill some members. I also love bringing random things to the stable, like, I found it. I found it. It's mine. It's a horse, right? And they're like, no. Link, what are you riding? Link, no. Link, no. And you just sit there going, but it's mine. I'm riding it. If I can ride it, it is a horse. I also love when you bring Lord of the Mountain to them in Breath of the Wild, and they're like, why would you bring that here? We're cursed. You're gonna get us cursed. Anyway, it turns out you can't register the Lord of the Mountain. And if you do, if it's, you know, the only horse that you have, and you try to go into the final fight, it doesn't work. It just crashes the game. Which is too bad, because I would have really liked to see somebody riding the Lord of the Mountain.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Okay, the population of these embers has thoroughly increased, so I'm grateful for that at least. Makes it easier to finish off this heart here. Why am I just standing in bad orange circles? We don't like to stand in bad orange circles. They're full of bad orange things. Like fire. Alright, should be one more power source and it should be good? Yep, good. Okay, now where am I off to? That's Vex's lab, so I don't care about it because that's not the way in anyway. Let's go over to Sati Passage, which is where I normally come at this map from. This is the wrong animal. Once again, the wrong animal, please. Give me the correct animal. Thanks. Yes, I did. Got up and wiggled around. It's good for you. What do you mean I got dismounted? I wasn't even near the puzzle. And you can cheat that puzzle anyway. I hope they let me keep cheating that puzzle because I don't want to have to do it legitimately. Too spooky for me. We're also going to cheat this thing. There is a way up to it that's super easy, but we're not going to bother with that. When we can just hurl ourselves off. Though I admit, I'm going to get up and wiggle again, because I can. It's probably the right thing to do. Given that I, maybe didn't. Until you redeemed that. I've been remembering to drink water. Yeah, but stretching, periodically, is beyond me. There we go. A wiggle. Alright, what do you guys need around this area? What do you, friendly char, need? Right. Right. You just need me to protect stuff and make sure stuff's working. Ow. Fight me! Let's go! Bang, 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 bang. Darn right you do. Power creep. How about you? Fight me! Come on. Yes! Sword 4 on a mesmer is one of the more powerful counters in this game, which I love a lot. Oh, they're not giving me a whole lot to work with here. I like fighting them, but there's gotta be more that I can do. Are these tar bubbles still part of this heart, or are they part of a different heart? Oh, looks like we're still in range. Tar elementals! No, get out of the way, Quaggin friend! It's okay, they can't actually be hurt like this.
That feels better. Sharp blades, sharp mind.
Knives! That's right, I'm Knives Millions now. Look at all my knives. I would never be. Knives has the wrong idea about how people work. Alright, let's grab this.
Go there quickly.
You got it, Legionnaire. Wait, is there an event up? This is the wrong animal, but let's go. Doesn't look like it. Unless we're going out to the water for an event. Woo! That's how we get away from the bad news. What do you catch in a noxious fish hole? Probably just junk, but what if it's something? You hunger! I see. Well. It's almost time for the end of the night anyway. It's only about 15 minutes. I am going to see what the noxious fish hole gives me. I'm very curious. That means I gotta get on my boat. I'm on a boat. That's just regular lake fish. Where's the noxious fish hole? I saw it. I know I did. There we are, noxious waterfish. Okay. We shall anchor the boat. The boat is solid. It's also solid for any of your party members. Let's get a fishing rod. Let's see what's in here. I don't even know if I have bait on. I guess we'll find out. I must. Smallmouth bass. That's not what I was expecting. Alright. Alright, what else have we got in there? Legitimately did not expect any fish to come out of this at all. Oh. No, come back. Come back. Come back. Come back with you. Come on. No. A bluegill. Honey here is not my fishing character. I have a character that's set up specifically for fishing. His name is Quill. He is also a Sylvari. And that is because fish change depending on whether it's day, night, or dusk, or dawn. And it's easiest to tell if it's those things if you are a Sylvari, especially if you're in a place where you can't see the sky. Because some fish are caught specifically in caves. Ooh, a yellow perch. I even got a rare fish. Very nice. Anyway. Wait, no. I'm filling up a heart. I don't need that. Oh, Polgara's doing fine. She was earlier stretched out on top of her hide. Just kind of like flopped there. Melted, if you will. She has a tendency to do that when she's especially relaxed, especially if it's been sort of a quiet day for her. She hasn't been hiding in her water dish, which is nice. She only does that when she's close to shed. Oh, that wasn't for this one. That was a different heart. Interesting. She only does that when she's close to shed. So lately she's just been sort of using her climbing branch and stuff. I'm gonna get her some nice new things because I like getting her weird stuff. And by that I mean I'm gonna make her some fun things for inside there. Because I have the ability to... I have the ability and the tools to use the wood around the area that I live in. The wood on my property.
Rely on strength, not
to make stuff for her. Once it's been appropriately treated and sanitized, of course. I'm not going to put stuff in there that, like, might carry danger for her. She's not used to the stuff around here. Imagine introducing her to ants or something. She'd just be like, no? No, don't know what this is, don't like it. I don't think they'd bother her, but at the same time, I'm not going to introduce something like that to her. Alright, come on, Blood Legion. She's so cute, though. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, I got through way more of this than I expected. I did not expect to get through the map at all. Oh, I'm still missing that waypoint. The dungeon we're going for is up here. It's called the Citadel of Flame. We will eventually get up there. Don't have time to do the Citadel of Flame tonight because it's a long dungeon with a lot of being on fire. There's so much being on fire in the dungeon up there. Oh. Oh. Oh, hello. This thing here is for sky scales. It's a little crack in reality that we can attune ourselves to. We get... Oh, come on. Come on. We get volatile magic from these, which is a currency in one of the other maps. A few of the other maps. Not very much, but we do get it. Volatile magic refills our going up meter so that we can fly much higher than we would normally be able to. I consider these things to effectively be interactive vistas, and there's an achievement for getting all of them. I admit, I'm not actually looking at anything except for where the next blob of energy is. That's the end of it. This should give us... Nice! A Mistborn moat. And it took us basically to the hero point I needed to get to. Very nice. Steelbeak's nest! We're gonna fight that. Is this harpies? It looks like harpies. Nope, it's griffins. It was griffins. It was griffins all the way down. Woo! We did it! Alright, now let's get out of there. What's behind me? That waypoint. Of course! How could I forget? Don't you put an invisible wall here, video game. So Guild Wars 2 didn't used to have invisible walls. And then something terrible happened. They did this. They gave us a sky scale. The ability to move in 3D space. But on land. And that meant that there had to be invisible walls. Okay. Because for a little while, you could fly to some pretty weird places. You could get clean outside the maps. Okay. This should be that point of interest. We don't care. We're getting out of the castrum. We don't like it. Nobody wants to be where Flame Legion are. Source. Me. I don't want to be there. Tara Elemental, leave me alone. I have to check my map again. Because my ability to tell the direction I'm going is non-existent. Okay, I know where I am now. I mean, I could... I'm not going to do Vex's lab. Not tonight, but I will go get the Vista that's over there. That's a master point. You can get to this normally and completely legitimately. I'm just not doing that. You just kind of mash your face at it until you go up. It's another one of those. Oh, I guess I am doing that. Alright. Now we take our little quaggin and we mash our face at it until we go up. I said until we go up. This will show us the way into Vex's lab. I think. Or maybe it just shows us the cool volcano. That's a pretty cool volcano. That hole leads into the jumping puzzle that's up there. So you go through a bunch of hoops over here. A bunch of those little platforms that you can kind of see. Those little guys. You jump through all that and you go do Vex's lab. She's an Asura that has opinions on dragon magic. Bad ones. Real bad ones. Hey? What are we doing? Well, I'm going to go steal this hero point because I can. I think the Flame Legion thing that guards it is otherwise occupied. I'm in trouble. Never mind, I'm fine. Totally safe! Nice! That's what we like to see. I didn't die. Alright. Moving on up. We're gonna get this waypoint over here. It's gonna be great. Is this anything? Yes. Is there anything inside here I need to worry about? No. Okay, good. I want to sell some stuff. Oh. No. Like that.
Until next time.
Okay, bye. That's what he gets. A bunch of stuff that he probably has no use for. I love that the merchants in Undertale, this has reminded me of the merchants in Undertale. I love that the merchants in Undertale will not buy your things. Like, you come by and you go, would you purchase this from me? And they're like, why would I want that? What am I gonna do with that? Until you find Temmie. The greatest merchant. Okay. Flame Legion. Knock it off, fellas. Come on. Is it open? Is it open? It's open! But I also can't do a dungeon in 3 minutes. It is open though, and I do have the waypoint, so I'm gonna park myself there. I'm going to park myself there after I finish up sort of flying around this general area. And when we come in next Thursday, what I'm going to do is go straight in to that dungeon. We'll just go right there. Yes, there we go. Let's put out your stupid emblems. And your stupid lives. There you go. Goodbye. See ya. That's right. Now you're dead. Now what? But did you just pop out of an elemental font? Is that elemental font's element stupid? It definitely is. We don't respect NPCs in this house. Player characters? Sure. NPCs? No. Ah, that was the wrong button. I meant for to have my F4 go off. To be invincible for a few seconds. Okay. Oh, no, that's a turret. That's why it's a problem. That's a gun turret. A flame turret? Whatever, it's certainly bad news. Oh no, I didn't mean to target that guy right away. Well, whatever, it's fine, it's fine. He can't hurt me. He can't kill me in a way that matters. Something, something, Tumblr mushroom post. Something, something. There we are. Alright, good night. Tomorrow it's Tears of the Kingdom. And anyway, thanks for coming along. That is not the heart. That is not the area with the heart in it. We're going to finish with this heart, and then we're going to park myself back at that Flame Legion waypoint, and then we're going to do the Flame Legion dungeon. It's going to be great. Then we'll finish the bad, sad cat map. Full of bad, sad cats. Get out of here, Flame Legion. Flame Legion's leaving. Ooh, a fishing party. I do love a fishing party. But not right now. If I were ever to get enough Guild Wars 2 related followers who also play the video game, I would absolutely make a fishing party and we could go on adventures. I have all the upgrades for the boat. I have all the upgrades for the fishing masteries and stuff. I even have like a bajillion ascended foods, and by that I mean like 50. 50 ascended feasts. Okay, so legit you can just walk to this one, but I didn't want to aggro those fire elementals, so I didn't. There we go. This shows us the Flame Legion base. The place that we're going. This is the Citadel of Flame. A place we're going to go into and destroy everyone who lives therein. Okay, let's go. Zooming. I said, zooming. Okay, okay, those are friendlies. We're safe. I could have just gone to this waypoint. Alright, so I'm going to park myself up here. Where it's safe. By the dungeon person. Splatfest starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow. And by that I mean it starts at whatever time reset is for you tomorrow. Reset is at 9 p.m. for me. Actually, you know what? There's an easier way to explain this. It starts exactly when my when my Zelda stream starts. So, it starts exactly then. Alright. that is the end of the night for Guild Wars 2. Anyway, we had a grand old time. Got my little Quaggan friend with me. I'm going to park myself here for next week. I will see everybody next Thursday for Guild Wars 2. The usual spiel. If you're here for this, next Thursday is when you'll want to be back. If you're here because you think I'm cool and stuff and want to see me play other video games, I play Splatoon on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. And I play Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a survival challenge of my own design, on Fridays. And if you want to see something slightly different, you can head over to YouTube, where I play horror games on Thursdays. Rather, where I upload horror game playthroughs on Thursdays. Right now we're working on Goisha. There is definitely no secret sixth demon. Why would you ever think that? Certainly there wouldn't be one. Definitely not. 100%. Ignore the weirdness that's going on in that house. And on Wednesdays we play Wobble Dogs! The wobbliest boys! Oh, no, I think it's the other way around. I'm in the Atlantic time zone, so it goes for me Atlantic, Eastern, Central, Mountain, and then Pacific. And Pacific is 4 hours different from me, so when it's 8 o'clock here, it's 4 o'clock Pacific. I have to remember that all the time. I totally forgot that. Okay, true. Wobble Dog is also technically, arguably, a horror game, but they are perfectly normal dogs. They've got 8 legs and 2 sets of wings so far. That's my favorite dog. 8 legs, 2 sets of wings. On the way to pupating into the most wonderful dog. They pupate, of course, like normal dogs. And hatch into completely normal dogs. For anyone who is unfamiliar with Wobble Dogs, the aesthetic is very cute and blocky, so it's nothing, like, terrifying to look at. It's just weird. Yeah! They hatch. They hatch from eggs, and then they pupate 4 times throughout their lives, and hatch out of their cocoons into slightly different dogs. Or very different dogs, depending on what you fed them. They're great! Anyway, Wobble Dogs is, like, one of my favorite things to do. But that's it for the night, or else I'll talk about Wobble Dogs all night. And I love them very well. So I will see you all... Oh, my YouTube is exactly the same as my Twitch. It is at Fyerluna. Oh, the doggo. I forget which dog this is. So I gave all these dogs names like previous, ulterior, chicken nugget, whose head is the size of a chicken nugget, and body is the size of bigger than that. So they all have very silly names, and I can't remember who I just hatched with 8 legs and double wings. I'd have to go back and check the VOD. But don't you worry, because I'm gonna learn the name of my good boy. My goodest little boy. He's so fluffy. In that he has 2 wings and they fluff real good. Sorry, 4 wings total. Oh, you're right. Like I said, I will talk all day about that. Alright, y'all will have to go check the VOD too. To see my cute little wobbly boys. That's it for the night, this time for sure. See ya! Bye!